Lake Mungo came to the national and international consciousness because of the discoveries of Mungo Lady and Mungo Man. And they kind of overshadowed the thousands of traces of people's everyday lives that are actually preserved in those lunettes. So I think the major achievement of what the work we've done is to start systematically documenting all those traces of people's everyday lives, which give us insights into the really long history of human settlement on the edge of the continent's arid core, and insights into how people's lives changed over time. So we know that the landscape and the climate have changed quite dramatically over the last 48,000 years, and you would expect people's economic strategies and technological strategies and their social networks to change in response to those sort of changes in landscape and climate and potentially social circumstances as well. So that's what we set out to document. And in the course of documenting these activity traces really systematically, what we've learned is that a lot of the received wisdom about Lake Mungo needs revising. You have to escape or try and escape your European urban dwelling mindset to really understand this record. And I think that's where working in close collaboration with the elders from the Barkindji, the Muddy Muddy and the Inamba has been really important. They've really changed the way I read a landscape and the traces of people's activities in it. And through the oral history work that one of my PhD students has been undertaking with the elders, we can also add into that that notion of the intangible heritage, the places on the landscape that were really important to people where you will not find a material trace. And so as archaeologists, we only study material traces. If we want to understand what they represent in terms of people's lives, we need that broader context. This is very much an interdisciplinary research project. It requires really tight integration of the archaeological and geological information in particular, and it's the mapping of the stratigraphic units as they're represented in exposure on the surface of the lunette is kind of the key to tying all the different records together. So we have arid land geomorphologists, dating experts of various kinds, people who can study the ear bones of fish to look at lake salinity, as well as give us things like the ages of the fish and what taxa they were and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of detailed technical expertise that's contributing to the story that we're beginning to tell.